Welcome back to Wake Up Northwest. Now in this week's Madeline Motivates, it is hard to stay positive during this pandemic, but it is possible to develop a healthy mindset in difficult times. You can actually start today by examining your thoughts and building a foundation to mentally move forward. Well, that's why we have Peggy Vasquez, a speaker, author, and career coach on the phone with us right now with some ways that you can create a healthy headspace. Good morning, Peggy. I'm just so excited that you're willing to share your thoughts on this.
Good morning, Madeline. Hey, before we get started, can I tell the backstory?
Go for it.
Okay, so Madeline calls, and thankfully I missed her phone call, so I got her email instead. And she's asking to interview me about creating a healthy headspace. And I got to tell you, my first thought was no way. I mean, we're all going through a lot of challenges right now. And I thought, who am I to act like I've got all my stuff put together?
Right.
Well, I shared the opportunity with my niece, and before I knew it, I had this long list of things that I've done to create a healthy headspace. And so I said, You bet, Madeline, I'll do it.
Oh, I love that. I'm glad you said yes. It's a brave decision, to be vulnerable with all this because we are all going through it. So, I mean, it's a hard thing to tackle, but when it comes to creating a healthy headspace, Peggy, from what you've learned so far, where do you think you should start, especially for those who might be suffering with maybe anxiety or depression right now?
You bet. I mean, that is my number one recommendation is that if you're struggling with depression, if you've got low energy levels, anxiety, or anything like that, see a doctor to make sure you're okay. Myself, I was feeling depressed. I had these low energy levels, and I just wasn't myself. And so I reached out, saw a doctor, and I had a complete blood work.
Oh.
Complete. I mean, it was the largest panel I'd ever seen before. Pages of it. Well, I found out that I was really low in vitamins and hormones. And so now I've been taking my meds, been taking my vitamins for about 3 weeks, and finally starting to feel like myself again. So number one, if you're not feeling like yourself, see a doctor.
And then from there, I mean, taking care of ourselves is so important. Well, Peggy, I know most of us are kind of living that same at-home routine over and over again. I've been saying from the beginning, it's like Groundhog Day. So how can we develop, even though we're all doing this, how can we develop a more positive mindset when we're spending so much time at home?
Get a change of scenery. Before COVID hit, we were going to work, and now most of us are working from home, and so we're staring at the same four walls. Day after day, we're probably feeling stuck and confined and just downright bored, right? So for myself, I've learned get 30 minutes, even 30 minutes outside. It lifts my spirit, it gives me energy, and it makes me feel more creative. So highly recommend. Begin today by getting 30 minutes outside. We still have this wonderful weather, so get outside. And just see if you start to feel a little bit better. See how you feel, what you think about it.
Very true. Well, Peggy, we just have a few more seconds here, but who can we turn to for support, help, or encouragement during this process?
I'm a huge fan of being part of a powerful inner circle. If you don't have one, make one, because we all need other people to help us. We need each other. We need somebody to encourage us and to lift us up, to teach us and help us get through these challenging times. Highly recommend to resist the urge of thinking that you should or could do everything yourself. And I wanted to say loud and clear, there's absolutely nothing wrong with asking for help. Nothing wrong with that. We all need other people to help us.
That has become very clear during this pandemic. Peggy, we're out of time, but thank you so much for your advice this morning. And yes, I agree. Reach out to family or friends for help if you need it.